Here, where the land meets the sea, a city breathes. Vancouver. It is a place cradled by giants. The mountains stand guard, their peaks often lost in a soft blanket of cloud. They are ancient monoliths, etched with the stories of millennia, their slopes draped in a deep emerald cloak of cedar and fir. Below them, the forest floor is a tapestry of moss and fern, a quiet, damp world where life unfolds in the shadows. A gentle wind whispers through the high branches, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth, a sound like the city's own quiet exhalation. The Pacific Ocean arrives at its shores, a vast expanse of restless, gray-blue water. Its rhythm is the city's heartbeat. The waves roll in, a steady, hypnotic percussion against the rocky coastline and sandy beaches. They bring with them the cold, clean breath of the open sea, a salty tang that mingles with the fragrance of the forest. This is a landscape of immense power and profound tranquility. A place where the raw, untamed spirit of nature is not just a backdrop, but an integral part of the city's soul, shaping its character and the lives of those who dwell within its magnificent embrace. This is a sanctuary for many species. High above, a bald eagle carves a silent arc through the sky. Its keen eyes survey the sprawling metropolis below, a mosaic of glass towers and green parks. It sees the flow of life, the constant movement of cars like metallic beetles, and people like industrious ants. Down in the harbor, a pod of orcas might glide through the deep, their sleek black forms breaking the surface in a graceful, powerful display. They are visitors from another world, a reminder of the wildness that persists, just beyond the concrete and steel. The city itself seems to have grown organically from this landscape. Its glass towers reflect the sky and the mountains, blurring the line between the natural and the man-made. In Stanley Park, a vast wilderness at the city's edge, ancient trees stand as silent sentinels, having witnessed the birth and growth of this settlement. The air here is thick with the sound of life, both human and wild. The cry of a gull, the distant hum of traffic, the rustle of leaves in the wind. It is a symphony of existence, a delicate balance between progress and preservation, a testament to the enduring power of nature. If you found this journey through Vancouver's soul compelling, please subscribe to our channel for more stories that explore the heart of our cities and the challenges they face. Your support helps us continue sharing these important narratives. But listen closely. Beneath the symphony of the city, a quieter, more sorrowful tune is playing. It is a melody of human struggle, carried on the same winds that rustle the cedar branches. It is a tide, not of water, but of despair. This tide moves unseen by many, flowing through the city's veins, pooling in its hidden corners and forgotten alleyways. It leaves behind a trail of human wreckage, as silent and devastating as the slow erosion of a shoreline. This is a different kind of natural phenomenon, one born not of geology, but of society. It has a name, a whisper that has become a roar. Fentanyl. The word itself feels alien in this majestic landscape. It does not belong among the names of mountains and rivers, yet it has carved its own geography here, a map of pain laid over the city's beauty. It is a predator, silent and indiscriminate. It stalks the vulnerable, the lost, the lonely. It promises a momentary escape, a brief respite from the cold, hard reality of the streets, but its embrace is a final one. Its arrival marked a seismic shift in the ecosystem of the city's underbelly. The people caught in this tide are like ghosts haunting their own lives. They drift through the city, present in body, but absent in spirit. Their faces are etched with a weariness that goes beyond simple fatigue. It is the deep, soul-crushing exhaustion of constant survival, of searching for a warm, dry place to rest, of finding a meal, of navigating a world that has, for the most part, decided to look away. They are the city's children, yet they have become invisible, their cries for help dissolving into the ambient noise of urban life, unheard and unanswered. This crisis of homelessness and addiction are two currents in the same deadly river. One often leads to the other, creating a vortex from which escape is nearly impossible. A lost job, a family crisis, a mental health struggle. The paths that lead to the street are many and varied. But once there, the fight for survival becomes all-consuming. The need for warmth, for safety, for a moment of peace, can lead one down a path of no return. The drug offers a false warmth, a temporary shelter from the storm inside, while the world outside offers only a cold shoulder. Here, two worlds exist side by side, separated by an invisible yet impenetrable wall. In one world, life is a glossy postcard. People jog along the seawall, their faces flushed with health and vitality. They sip expensive coffees in sun-drenched cafes, discussing weekend plans for skiing or hiking in the pristine wilderness that surrounds them. They live in gleaming towers of glass and steel, with panoramic views of the ocean and mountains. This is the Vancouver the world knows, the city of breathtaking beauty and endless opportunity, a haven for the healthy and wealthy. In the other world, mere meters away, life is a relentless struggle. It exists in the shadows of the gleaming towers, in the damp doorways and forgotten parks. Here, the view is not of mountains, but of concrete walls and litter-strewn pavement. The sounds are not of laughter and clinking glasses, but of pained coughs and the desperate shuffle of feet. This is a world of makeshift shelters, crafted from cardboard and tarps, offering little protection from the relentless rain that defines the city's winters. It is a world of hunger, of cold, of constant, gnawing fear. The contrast is a physical shock. One can stand on a street corner and see both realities at once. A luxury car, silent and sleek, glides past a figure huddled in a doorway, wrapped in a tattered blanket. A family, laughing and taking photos, walks past a person in the throes of an overdose, their body convulsing on the pavement as if struck by an invisible force. The city's beauty becomes a cruel mockery in the face of such suffering. The majestic mountains seem to look down with a cold, indifferent stare upon the human tragedy unfolding at their feet. This division runs deeper than wealth. It is a chasm of experience, of empathy. For those in the postcard world, the other Vancouver is often a source of discomfort, an inconvenient truth that disrupts their idyllic narrative. It is something to be managed, to be hidden, to be moved along. For those on the streets, the other world is a constant, painful reminder of everything they have lost, of a life that is now utterly out of reach. They are inhabitants of the same city, breathing the same air, yet they live on different planets. The wildlife of this city has borne witness to it all. The crows, intelligent and watchful, are the keepers of the city's secrets. They perch on lampposts and rooftops, their dark eyes missing nothing. They see the deals made in alleyways, the desperation in a person's eyes as they search for their next fix. They see the paramedics arriving, their sirens a mournful cry in the night. They see the blue tarps of the makeshift camps, a stark contrast to the green canopy of the parks. They are the chroniclers of the streets, their harsh calls a running commentary on the human drama below. Down in the False Creek Inlet, the harbor seals bob in the water, their faces full of a curious innocence. They watch the city lights twinkle on the surface, unaware of the darkness that lurks just beyond the shoreline. They see the lonely figures who come to the water's edge, seeking a moment of peace, a connection to something pure and untamed. These animals, living their lives according to ancient rhythms, are silent observers of a very modern tragedy. They represent a world of simple needs and instincts, a stark contrast to the complex, self-destructive patterns of their human neighbors. Even the great trees of Stanley Park, which have stood for centuries, are witnesses. They have seen the city grow from a small outpost to a bustling metropolis. They have felt the vibrations of progress, the rumble of construction, the constant hum of human activity. Now they provide a different kind of shelter. Their sprawling roots and low-hanging branches become temporary homes for those with nowhere else to go. The forest floor, once a pristine sanctuary, is now dotted with the sad debris of human existence. Discarded needles, empty food containers, the tattered remains of a life unraveled. These natural observers offer no judgment. An eagle does not distinguish between a banker and a beggar. A seal does not understand the concept of addiction. A tree does not care about social status. They simply exist, bearing silent witness to the full spectrum of life and death in their habitat. Their presence is a poignant reminder that we are all part of a larger ecosystem. And when one part of that system is suffering so profoundly, the imbalance is felt by all, whether they are aware of it or not. The natural world is a mirror, reflecting our own humanity, or lack thereof. The sounds of this struggle are a symphony of their own. It is a composition played on a discordant scale, a soundtrack of urban survival. Listen. There is the persistent, rattling cough that echoes in underpasses, a sound born of damp nights and weakened lungs. There is the lonely squeak of a shopping cart wheel, laden with a person's entire worldly possessions, pushed through the empty streets in the pre-dawn quiet. Each sound is a note in a larger, sorrowful piece, a lament for lost homes and broken lives. It is the music of a city in pain. Then, there are the sounds of a fragile hope, the soft-spoken words of an outreach worker, offering a warm drink and a moment of human connection. Are you okay? Do you need anything? The quiet click and hiss of a naloxone kit being prepared, a sound that has become the difference between life and death on these streets. The gentle rustle of a foil blanket being draped over shaking shoulders. These are small, quiet sounds, easily lost in the city's roar, but they are the most important sounds of all. They are the sounds of compassion refusing to be silenced. There is a quiet dignity in the routines of survival. The meticulous way a person arranges their small patch of pavement, creating a semblance of order in a world of chaos. The care with which they fold their blankets in the morning, as if preparing a bed in a home they no longer have. The small acts of community among those who have nothing, sharing a cigarette, watching over a friend who is unwell, offering a word of encouragement. In these moments, humanity shines through, a stubborn, resilient light in the deepest darkness. This is a slow-motion emergency. It does not have the sudden, dramatic impact of an earthquake or a flood. It is a creeping crisis, a gradual erosion of the social fabric. And because it is slow, it is easy to ignore, to normalize. The sight of a person sleeping on the street becomes just another part of the urban landscape. The sound of a siren becomes background noise. But for those living it, every day is a fresh emergency. Every day is a battle for survival. And the symphony of their struggle plays on, waiting for the world to finally listen. This story, born in the beautiful, haunted streets of Vancouver, is not just about one city. It is a warning. It is a postcard from the future, sent to every town and city that believes itself immune. The forces that have created this crisis, inequality, a lack of affordable housing, a mental health system in crisis, and the relentless flood of a deadly drug, are not unique to this place. They are global currents, gathering strength, and this city is simply one of the first to be truly inundated by the storm. What is happening here is a test. It is a test of our compassion, our ingenuity, and our will to act. Can we see the humanity behind the addiction? Can we build a society that catches people when they fall, instead of letting them be swept away by the tide? Vancouver is on the front lines of this battle, a living laboratory for solutions. Some are working, some are failing. But the struggle itself is a vital lesson for the rest of the world. To ignore it is to invite the same fate upon your own shores, your own streets. Look around your own community. Do you see the hairline fractures, the rising cost of living, the people slipping through the cracks, the quiet desperation in the eyes of your neighbors? This is how it begins. It starts not with a roar, but with a whisper, a quiet cry for help that goes unheard. The story of Vancouver is a plea to listen to those whispers before they become a deafening scream of collective pain, before the tide of despair reaches your own front door. This is not someone else's problem. The wind that blows through the canyons of downtown Vancouver carries more than the scent of rain and sea. It carries a message. It speaks of the fragility of human society, of how quickly things can unravel. It warns that beauty and prosperity are no shield against the deepest forms of human suffering. This silent cry from the edge of the Pacific is an echo of what is to come. It is a human warning, written on the bodies and souls of the lost. and we would all do well to heed it.